where we invest intentionally in people. Today, I'll be talking on nine essential skills for growth and success. Essential skills for growth and success. Master this, master your life. Master these skills, master your life. You see, one thing in life is that nothing goes for nothing. In life, two things are involved. Two things you must do to grow and be successful. You must have a skill that you know you are so good at, then you must also have a product, services. All of these are very crucial. When you master any of these things, definitely you will experience what I call growth and success. Nothing naturally happen accidentally. Even when we say there is an accident, something caused it. Something caused an accident. So when you suddenly see people that broke into wet, it didn't happen overnight. Something happened. Somebody somewhere triggers something that makes it to happen. To some people, they saw it as what? Accident. But of course, it's not. Something transpired. So if indeed you want to grow and be successful in this world, in this life, you must trigger something. You must engage in something. And that's why I want to look at these essentials, nine essentials, skills. They are skills that prompt growth and success. First is that build a personal brand. Yes, build a personal brand. Show your unique value. What are you unique? What's your unique selling point? What is that thing that you hold so much? Share your knowledge. Yes, build trusts. Be memorable. Let people remember you for something. What is that thing when people think of, that remind them of you? What is that thing that makes you unique, that makes you different from any other person? That is your personal brand. So showcase it, show it to the world. That is how to be successful. Imagine you have good products. After producing the products, very effective, very good, but you put them in your warehouse. You didn't showcase them. You didn't market them. You didn't sell them. You didn't make people to know about it. You still remain poor. So when you showcase these things, showcase your uniqueness, showcase your knowledge, showcase your skills, showcase those things that makes people to remember you whenever they fall into trouble. Because every skill is solving a problem. So showcase it. Let us know what you are good at. Don't hide those things. It's very important. The second thing you must also do, master time management. Yes, you must understand that time is everything. Plan your day. Yes, it's very key. Plan your day, prioritize your task. Focus on what matters most. What is that thing that matters to you? Prioritize those tasks. Don't just dabble into things without knowing exactly what you should do, what you should not do. You must have, a time frame that you execute things. Don't just wake up with the money. You engage in things that the one that are relevant and the one that are not relevant, you jam pack them together. You won't make progress. You won't grow because growth before success. You first of all have to grow before you become successful. So give your time to things that are adding value to your life. Give your time to things that is making you better than the way you were before you embark on that thing? Is it adding value or is devaluing you? Is very key. Time is everything. How you manage your time is how you manage everything, because time is your life. If one asks you, how old are you? They are simply asking, how long have you been on this earth? That's what it meant. It's about time. Age is about time. They are simply asking you, how long have you been on this earth? So that is the reason why we must guide and protect our time jealously. Then practice leadership skills. If there is anything you should give attention to in this day and time, is leadership skills. Lead by example. Lead by example. When I became a leader, when I knew I was a leader, everything about me changed. Now, when we talk about leadership, I'll talk briefly on this now. I want to demystify this a little bit. Leadership. You know, every one of us are afraid of being a leader. Yes, we all shy away from leadership. Nobody really want to be leading, especially when it has to do with servant leadership, right? Because we believe leadership is involve a lot of responsibility and so on and so forth. But I want you to know that every one of us, whether you know it or not, we are all leading. Every one of us are already a leader. We are leading already. Okay, because at any point or level you are right now, you are leading. Whether you are told or not, whether you are officially announced as a leader or not, we are all leading. But I never knew this too. Because when God revealed to me, I should go and raise leaders. I said, who am I? Am I a leader? As at that time, I wasn't doing anything. I said, I'm not one. Why will you ask me to go and raise leader? Who am I? Is it not what I am I can do? But I came to understand that every one of us were born to lead. Nobody was born as a follower. We are all leading in one way or the other. And how do I know this? Well, how do I know is this? Do you know that when God created the heavens and the earth, okay, human was the last thing he created. Reason was because, remember in Genesis when he said, um, he created the heavens and the earth, he didn't allow the rain to fall because he said there was no man to till the ground. The word till means to manage the ground. He was looking for a manager, a leader, you understand? Because he knew if he allowed the rain to fall, the grass will grow, the tree will blossom, they will bear fruits, and nobody to manage them. And God hates wastage. That was why he had on the rain until he figured out man. Then he gave man the audacity. He said, go, lead, govern, rule, dominate. That's leadership. That was what he told us. And that's the reason why he created man. Man and woman. That's why he created us. Nothing more, nothing less. Every other thing is secondary. Okay, so since the day you were born, you're already a leader. Whether you have a position or not, you are leading. Because leadership begins with leading yourself. Telling yourself, this is what I want to do today, this is how I want to go about it today, you're already leading, but you don't know. Most of us, no, I'm not a leader. When they're having a leadership conference or a leadership seminar, they will say, come, say, I'm not part of them, I'm not a leader, I'm a follower. But that's not true. Okay? Leadership skill has to do with lead by example, lead by inspire others. We must learn to inspire others. How do you inspire others? You inspire others by your attitude, by your words, by your look, by your movement, by your character. People are watching you, but you don't know. I think there was a story I heard some time ago when a great pastor somewhere in Africa was going for a meeting. Then he was trapped in the traffic, somewhere in Africa. Can't remember now. And you know, along the line, he saw these cabs. They kind of navigate out of the traffic and follow one of the streets. the pastor said, oh, this man, all these cabs drivers, they know most of the looks and crannies in this area. So he followed him. You know, when the taxi driver turns here, he turns. When he turns there, he turns there. Just like that. Not knowing that the driver was making his way to his house. You understand? Then all of a sudden, just saw that the driver parked in his house. But the driver never knew somebody was following him. That's exactly what life is. But you never knew because somebody is looking at you in one way or the other. In any position you are in, whether you have a position or not, somebody is looking at you, somebody is watching you, but you never can tell. So that is why we must be of good behavior. We must showcase good characters and all of that because people are watching us. Even our children are watching, you know, and so on and so forth. So we must understand that we are leading in one way or the other. Then take responsibility. That's also a leadership skill, taking responsibility. Taking responsibility comes with challenge, actually, but at the same time, it will profit you along the line. Take responsibility of your life is very key because sometimes the reason why most people are where they are is because they have been blaming others. They blame circumstances, they blame situation, they blame this, they blame everybody, but they never blame themselves. And that's why they remain where they are. If indeed you want to grow, take responsibility. That is leadership skill. Taking responsibility is my life. Whatever becomes of me depends on me. I don't want to put my blame on anyone anymore because each time you keep blaming people, you have a room, you have exonerate yourself out of the situation, but you remain in it. You remain there forever. So why don't you take responsibility? I'll do what I need to do. I'll go to that class. I'll learn what I need to learn. I'll listen to this fellow for me to be able to know what I should be focused on. I should be focused on. So that's the way it works. So take responsibility. Those are some of the leadership skills that are very crucial that we must learn to take. The next thing also we must also uh, develop is develop creative thinking. Creative thinking. If there's anything that changes our life, help us to grow and be successful, is the way we think. Develop creative thinking because the quality of your thinking determine the quality of your action. We don't act without thinking. We act, we think before we act. If your actions is not the way you want, then change the way you think. Because the quality of your thinking determines the quality of your action. And the quality of your action determines the quality of results or success you will get. So there is a need for you to be creative. Develop creative thinking is very important. Creative thinking. And how do we develop creative thinking? That's a powerful question. Someone may ask how. But first and foremost, let me go with this first. Think outside the box. Yes. New ideas creates big opportunities. New ideas create big opportunities. Where do we derive these ideas from? Where do we derive all of this from? It's from what we hear, what we read, what we watch. All of these things are where we derive ideas and thoughts. So if you keep thinking the same way you have been thinking for decades, then change what you have been feeding your mind. Change what you have been hearing. Change all the things, the books you have been reading. A lot of us, we don't even read. That's a problem. A lot of people don't read. They don't read. They don't believe reading can even change anything in their life, but that's not true. Because when you change what you feed your mind, then your mind begin to, it will think in line with words, with things, with thoughts that we hear. Imagine, for example, someone that is very afraid, timid. Why? It's because of what he has been hearing. He heard things of fear. That's why he's afraid. When you see people that are bold in what they do, it's because of what they feed themselves. Courage words. They inspire themselves with good things, and that's why they derive that boldness. Fear or boldness is as a result of what you are feeding yourself on a daily basis. Don't joke with what you hear or what you watch. Very, very key because what you consume will reflect in your action. In your action. Then the next one, practice consistently every day. Practice consistently every day. There is a need for us to involve, engage, in anything we say we want to do. Be all out. Go all out. Practice it on daily basis. Small daily efforts lead to big results. Small daily effort. Sometimes when you are doing something, each day you engage in that thing, you show up in that thing, it doesn't really make much difference. Are you with me? But over a period of time, you'll begin to see the impact in your life and in all that you are engaging in. Very important. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Practice every day. Practice every day. Train every day. Anything you do, do it on daily basis. Whether you are paid for or not, engage in it. Engage in it. Engage in it. Because mastery happens in the place of consistency. Mastery. I think it's Bruce Lee who said, I am not afraid of one who practice 10,000 kicks once, but I'm afraid of one who practice one kick 10,000 times. So repetition is where there is mastery. If you are not doing something on a daily basis, you do it once in a while, you will not master that thing. So engage on daily basis. No matter how little you can, practice it, little time, even though it's 30 minutes, 20 minutes is better than you engage once in a week, 5 hours. 30 minutes every day is better than you read or you practice that thing 5 hours at a stretch. It sticks when you practice on daily basis, because that's what in our brain we call it neural pathway. Because when you keep doing something on daily basis, it creates that part in your brain. It becomes you or a lifestyle. It's very, very important. Then the next one, improve problem solving skills. Don't always shy away from problems. That's our problem. Anywhere there is problem, we want to shy away. And each time you shy away, your brain gets weaker. That's the key. Your brain gets weaker. Anytime you shy away from problem, you run away from problem, your brain gets weaker. That's it. But when you face most of the problem as they come, face it head on, then you are building that muscle in your brain. It gets better and better. It's a analyze, think, find solution, solve problems. Analyze, think, find solution. Always find solutions to anything that comes your way. Yes, I know it's not every problem we must solve, but there are basic problems you can't shy away from. Such a problem, face it head on. Face it head on. Create opportunity. Because each time you do all of this, you face the problem, you solve problems, you find ways, you always create opportunities at the end. You always create opportunity. So don't shy away from problems. Problems are meant to be solved. And any problem you overcome can never become your limitation. But whatever you shy away from becomes your limitation. It blocks your way. You won't want to go that direction anymore. Because anytime you remember, and remember, each time you are shying away from the problem is getting bigger and bigger and bigger each day. Always ask yourself a question. There are two questions. There are questions doers always ask. Doers, leaders, inventors, creators, they ask one question. Not that they are better off than those average people, not that they have all the resources in place. What makes doers, creators, leaders, inventors unique is they ask one question when they face problem. I will give you that answer now. That's what each of them are using to break through and overcome any problem that comes their way. But average person will tell you, I can't. That's their statement. I can't do it. I can't afford it. It's too expensive. I can't. That's an average person. That's why they remain average. But doers, leaders, creators, they always ask this question: how can I? When there is something to accomplish or achieve, they don't have the cash. They are not different. They are the same situation. They are the same level. They will always ask one question: how? The word how triggers your brain to begin to look for ways. But when you say, I can't afford it, it shut down your brain. It will shut it down. I can't afford it. You know I can't afford it. Then indeed you can't. You will just back out. But when you say, how can I afford this thing? Who should I talk to? Who exactly I think can be of help in this regard? Who can I talk to? You understand? When you use the word how, opens your brain to ways by which you can begin to look for medium or means. You understand the point? So that is exactly what it is. Use the word how. How can I? How can I? It has happened to me time with that number. Anytime I ask the word how, my mind goes to work, begins to look for ways. I begin to make one or two calls. Hello. Okay, there is before you know, you find solution. But when you say I can't, that means you have already defeated yourself. I can't do it. Oh, better just look for somebody else. Don't disturb me. And remember, people that shy away from problem, they are not always remembered. We are looking for people who are the problem solvers, is what the world are looking for. Those who show this is a problem, everybody can pinpoint problem, but they are looking for solution, problem solvers. That's what makes you relevant. That's what makes you grow, and that's what makes you successful. Don't shy away from problem. Ask how can I solve these things? How can we do it? It's not when you are using the word how, it's not just you alone. By the time you use how can we, you are bringing everybody together now. How can we solve this problem? How can we get this thing done? How can we move this thing forward? How can we get this thing to? That's the way it is. And you will see that things will begin to fall into place. And each problem you solve, lift you, raise your value. So at every point in time, they are looking for someone to do that thing, they will send for you. And each time you are taking up that responsibility, is lifting you to the next level, to the next level. That's how people grow. You don't grow by shying away from problem. You grow by embracing problem, by embracing the problem. Let's find a way. Let's see how we can get it done. Let's see what we can do about this thing. How can we do this thing? How can we solve it? What can we do to get this thing off our way? That's the way it works. That's the way it works. So let's learn to always embrace problem. Then the next one, develop emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. Understand emotions. Empathize. Stay calm. Build strong relationships. Emotional intelligence is one of the quality of a leader. If you want to go far, you must have this one in your bucket list. Emotional intelligence. How to empathize, how to understand people, how to you yourself understanding who you are, relating with people, building relationship is what it is. Build strong relationships with people is very important. Very, very important, because you cannot succeed by yourself. You can't get there by yourself. You can't grow by yourself. We need ourselves. We need people around us who will help us. You understand? And how to manage people's emotion and your emotion is very key. Because if you are that fellow who always go by your emotion, you will not grow. It's only when you feel like it, that's when you want to do it. I mean, you go nowhere. You go nowhere. Learn to put your emotion under your control. Don't let emotion decide. You be the one to be the leader of your life, or else your emotion will take the lead. If emotion is leading you, you will not go far. You can't grow. Even success will be far away from you. Will be far away from you. So let's understand this, because it will really, really help us to, you know, put things in place the way it ought to be. Then the next one now is that learn business strategy. Learn business strategy. Do you know every one of us are businessmen and women in the world? Even though you are working for somebody, you're a business person. Until you know that, I never knew also myself until I knew that, oh, we are all in business. Every one of us are doing business. Understand the, the market plan. Understand the market, plan smart, make strategic decisions. Yes, understand the market plan is very, very important. Learn to understand what it is in today's world, how people sell things, okay, how to build that uh, relationship that can lead to sales is very important. And remember, one of those, how to build one of those relationships is trustworthiness, sincerity, openness. Because people buy from the people they trust. People can buy or do business with you because you are a handsome man or woman. People buy from the people or do business with the people they trust. When people trust you, they will take you for your words. They will take you for your words. And you must also portray that what you are selling or what you are doing is authentic. They must see it in you. They must see it in you. You see, people don't really buy products. They don't buy product. They buy value. They buy the what the problem that problem is solving. That's what they buy. And it must be seen in your character and attitude. That's what they do. So it's not really, just take for example, I go and buy a hammer. I didn't buy hammer because I need a hammer. I need it because I just want to drive a nail into the wall. What I'm buying is that hole that I want to use it to punch into the wall because I want to drive a nail into the wall. It's not the, I don't, after that, do I need the hammer? I'll just drop it somewhere. So people buy something because of what that thing will do for them is the value. So that is exactly what it is. I will continue to emphasize on that we should continuously build on having ourselves being put out there with genuity, with sincerity and trust. Then the next one is that stay updated with industry trends. Stay updated with industry trend. Yes, we all know that the world itself is evolving, things are changing, moving, and so on and so forth. And you must be up to date. You must be up and doing. Keep learning. Stay informed. Stay ahead of others. Is very key. You must keep improving. You must be curious. Keep learning. If there's anything we should put in more effort lately, is improving ourselves on daily basis. Stay informed. Stay informed. Know exactly what is happening in your industry. Know exactly what is happening in your industry. Yes, stay ahead of others. How do you stay ahead? By, you know, preparing yourself, practicing on daily basis. You cannot get better by accident. You get better by deliberate putting yourself out there, by engaging, by learning, by doing. That is where it is. You cannot get better simply because someone else is doing well. You want to jump. You have to do the needful. All the necessary things has to be put together so that you will be informed. You ask questions, engage in study, stay informed in any way you can. Then the last one is never stop learning and improving. Never stop learning and improving. If there's anything you must give attention to day in, day out, is improving yourself. Improving yourself. Learning. Be curious. Keep growing. The best is yet to come. No matter how well you are, how good you are in what you are doing today, keep putting more effort. Keep pushing yourself. Keep adding to yourself because you are who you say you want to be by what you do. Not just what you say, by what you do. What are you doing on a daily basis? How do you engage? How do you improve yourself? What are you investing in on a daily basis? Don't settle for less. Don't always assume what you know is enough. I used to think, oh, I'm there already. But I'm telling you, things are changing on a daily basis. If you are not keeping up, very soon you'll become obsolete. You become outdated. You become forgotten. Because why? You are not, adding to yourself. You are not improving yourself. You are not learning new things, how things have been done. What are the people doing now? What exactly is in vogue? How are they doing it? All of these things are very key and important. So we must do everything possible to ensure we keep ourselves up to date. It's very important. Very, very important. Keep yourself up to date because when you are good in what you do, people will sought after you. They'll come looking for you because you become rare in the faith, and that's how value is created. Rarity is key. People will sought after you. They'll come looking for you. They'll come beating their way to your doorstep because you do what you do the best you can, and people are deriving values from it. I want to say thank you for today, and it's another special day. Happy Sunday to every one of you. I'm glad that we are having a very good time in our community. Do please subscribe, share, like, and more of great content is still on the way. Our job here is to ensure we get the best because we are the best. Like I said earlier, that you are the one to decide what you stand for, because nobody naturally is coming to help you. It's your responsibility to lift yourself, to help yourself, to be where you want to be. I know we all aspire to be at the top because that's where we belong. Thank you, and do have a blissful day.